Okay, found this old Homelite chainsaw on the side of the road. I'm gonna see if I can get it started. See if there's any more life left in this thing. So far, it seems to pull over, turn over. So we'll have to see if we need to clean the carb or what. But yeah, let's turn over. Alright, so this is the first time I'm messing with this, so you're gonna find out with me. Also, I don't really use chainsaws, so I'm not too familiar, but it looks like this is for the fuel 2-stroke oil mix. And I think it's empty. I'm gonna grab a flashlight. Alright, so it is empty. So fingers crossed that the carb was stored dry. The person who threw this out, there was just a huge pile of junk. There was an electric chainsaw too, scrap metal, a treadmill. So I'm not sure why they threw it out. This is the bar oil, it appears. And this does have some fluid in there. So that's a good sign, I suppose. And then, so this is the gasket. It just looks like it's torn. Shouldn't really be a huge deal, but for the time being, that shouldn't leak or anything, assuming we even get to filling it up. This says air filter. I did not realize these small 2-stroke engines had air filters. If you call this an air filter, I guess. Carb itself, first impressions, doesn't look bad, but that is just the throttle plate and choke. How do you even choke this thing? I don't think that's it. Oh yes. So there's the choke. Guess we can just spray starting fluid in there, and then the throttle should be controlled with the handle here. So I think this thing might start right up, actually. What's this? The kill switch? Run. It's in run. So there's a run and a stop. So leave it in run for now. What else? Exhaust, Homelite 360 Professional. So I don't know if this was a... I'd like to think this is a professional unit and not a home owner grade one, but like I said, I am no chainsaw expert or even small power equipment expert, so I really don't know. The Homelite 360 Automatic. Not sure what the automatic refers to. I'll have to research that. Anything else about this chainsaw I need to know about? It does have an orange marking here at the end of the bar. I think that was the owner's way of marking it. Now the chain, there's some spider webs on here. I'm not sure how tight these are supposed to be. I think in its current configuration it should be okay. But probably it is a good idea to tighten it just a little bit. How is that done? I'm guessing it has to be one of these two nuts. but I think that's just to hold the cover on. If we look at it like this, we don't want all our bar fluid leaking out. Yeah, I'm actually not sure how to tighten this. I'm not sure if you have to remove the cover here or what. So we encountered a problem here, which could be the reason why they threw this out. I guess the plate here for the bar, you'll see it is cracked completely through. Let me get a better view for you. So yeah, right here, you can see it's cracked all the way through. So I think it's probably not too difficult to fix with JB Weld. I mean, my understanding is all this is just a plate for the bar. I mean, this actually holds the bar on itself, but I think it's not anything unmanageable. Alright, I don't have my regular toolboxes available, so I'm gonna have to hope all we need is a normal drive socket set here. But let's crack it open and see if there's any other damage inside. I did try to research how to tighten the chain on these old school chainsaws. The only ones I've used have the quick tighten feature, which this one obviously doesn't have. Hopefully the bar oil's not going to spill everywhere. And I may not have a big enough socket. So that's 9/16. Okay, let me see what else we have. Alright, found some deep sockets here. Alright, that was surprisingly loose. Same with the second one. Just take these off by hand. Okay, so definitely see that crack starting to form here as well. Okay, so this is the tensioner, and you can see it's cracked completely here, so I can understand why. And I think the head is blown out as well. Now, this cover is aluminum, from what I can tell, so it's not going to be the easiest thing to fix. But yeah, this in its current state, I don't think we're going to be able to tension this thing, because you can see where this would go into here, and then that would apply tension on the bar against the chain, like that. So, trying to think what we should do here. So like I said, this machine was free to me. So far I think it's very cool. It's very old school. So it would be such a shame to just throw it away. But this cast aluminum here, I don't know if I'm going to be able to... I don't think this is something we can really JB weld easily. Because it's not just a crack. The head here, like the whole thing is separating, so even if we JB welded that, we would need to, I mean, there'd be a lot of pressure here. I don't know if it would hold. We can try, but I'm trying to see if there's anything else I should be doing here. I definitely can't weld it. I don't have a TIG welder, and even if I did, I'm not skilled enough. See if we can maybe at least see if we can get this to sputter before we invest more time in it. But so far it seems to be in okay shape. We'll go ahead and see if we can just take this off. No, do the chains come off like this, or is there like a master link? Oh, it's pretty tight up here. It's actually stuck up here. Alright, we'll just lift it up off the tip. Let's see if that... So we'll take the chain and the bar off for the time being. I guess that's the brake. Actually, I think these are supposed to have a brake at the front, unless that purpose is served by the safety lever, which I don't think it would. Like I said, I don't use chainsaws, and certainly I've never used an old one, so I understand I'm showing my ignorance right now. I don't know, this kind of, I would think this is some kind of brake. Just trying to figure out how that would actually engage. Anyway, I think we should get some starting fluid in here and see if it'll kick over. I have a feeling it will. The pull start seems kind of... definitely doesn't pull like you would expect. So I'm not sure if there's some corrosion in the cylinder or what, but that is some strong compression. If we open the throttle, no. Yeah, I don't know if that's gonna work. Let's put her on the ground. Just try to kick it over. Yeah, this thing has way too much compression. That's not normal. So I know on like lawnmowers they have compression release valves. On a little two-stroke like this, I would not expect that. I would not expect a two-stroke engine to have one. Could be completely wrong though, like I said. What else could cause this? I will need to look that up, but right now I don't think we're going to be able to kick this thing over with the amount of resistance this thing has. I mean, I cannot, definitely doesn't pull like a weed whacker, so let me do some research and see what this could be. All right, let's pull the spark plug on this. I'm assuming this is where it lives. And I am correct. All right, have our deep socket set handy, so that this one 16 could work. Great, we don't strip it. It's kind of awkward to get a good grip on this thing. It's on there pretty good. Oh, it's on there good. That sucker's on tight. Should have a hammer. That did it. Okay, let's see if we have anything in our combustion chamber. And first, let's take a look at the plug itself. Get my light so you can see. Spark plug looks, I mean, definitely looks wet. It doesn't look, it smells like two-stroke. Doesn't look worn or anything, so no troubling signs. The piston itself, we definitely have some carbon buildup on the piston head. I would expect that on a two-stroke though. And then as far as pulling it, definitely more manageable now, as you would expect. I think the cord is getting hung up here, so the pull start mechanism is not, it's definitely not like new, that's for sure. So maybe might be able to salvage this, but even like this, it's not pulling. I mean, it has quite a bit of resistance, even with the plug out, so. I hope that's not a sign of excessive engine wear, but pretty sure the engine will just, piston will just seize when it feels like it. It doesn't just progressively get harder. But then again, I could be wrong, because I don't really know what I'm doing here, so. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is try to remove the recoil start, because I think that's causing us to get hung up. The amount of resistance is very excessive. It's harder to pull than a push lawnmower. So I've never really had to deal with a pull start that's gone bad that I can think of, so I'm not sure if these need to be replaced or if they can be serviced. So if you take this cover off, I believe it'll just be a nut, and oh, that's a 6 mil. 6 mil, too small. 7 mil is going to strip it, so let's go to Imperial. 7/32, too small. 1/4 inch is right. Okay. Hopefully there's not a giant spring here that's gonna fly out and kill me. It probably is, but we'll just have to find out the painful way or hard way. It's a really cool chainsaw, though. I would hate to throw it away or scrap it. I may just end up parting it out. It ends up being too much of a hassle because, like I said, the tensioner would need to be completely repaired, and the repair would need to be strong enough to hold the aluminum together. Could try to source one online, but that depends on whether we can get the recoil, the resistance on the recoil starter resolved. Otherwise, I would expect this thing to start right up. It looks like it was stored properly, and this is the reason why they threw it out. So, and I can feel this thing unwinding, so I think there's a spring here. Oh yeah, so that is the clock spring. I'm guessing that's what you call it. That's what's supposed to pull this back in. Let's put that back on. Actually, I think I remember now. I did change one of these one time on a lawnmower, and the spring ended up unwinding because I did something similar. So we actually need to take off this main cover. So let's get 9/32. Nope, 5/16. Just by looking at it, I'm guessing this is from like the early to mid 90s, but could be wrong. It says made in the USA, North Carolina, so definitely can't be newer than the 2000s. I think it would still be cool to keep it as an ornament for Halloween, maybe. I can't keep much more junk here, so probably wouldn't work for me, but I'm sure I could sell it at the flea market for $1 or $2, although that's less than scrap value, so I'll try to at least be at scrap value. Oh, the bolts are different sizes, so I'll have to remember that. And the third one up here. Okay. And it wants to come off. All right. Not too bad. So now we can test the resistance with the flywheel and see what we think. And I did put the spark plug back in. So that's our upper top resistance, but otherwise it does seem to turn okay. I don't want to fucking cut my hand open. Ask me how I did that once. Can we get something on that bolt here? See. That should work. Resistance seems fine to me, so I think this is an issue with the pull rope. That doesn't seem excessive, so issue has to be with this, which I don't even know how you go about. Got some spiders in here. I don't think you can just like spray this thing with WD-40 and call that enough. I mean, it doesn't feel like there's anything wrong with it. I mean, it gets hung up on the return, but that shouldn't do anything. It's very strange. Am I even turning this the right way? So when we pull it, it should be spinning this way. And it doesn't seem like it would be unmanageable. I mean, it gets a little bit hung up on the compression stroke, but it's really shouldn't be causing a issue. Put this back on. Yeah, that's just not normal. Alright, so I was able to yank on this a little bit. I have to put my foot on the handle. See if we'll kick this over. Choke is almost full. Set it to run and put it on open throttle. All right, so it sounds like we got a good engine at the least. Can't say anything about the carb, but obviously that tensioning plate is going to be, the bar plate is going to be the determining factor here, whether we can fix that, whether we want to fix that, or probably just part this out or sell this as is to somebody else. Okay, so just to recap again, the bar cover has pretty significant cracking where the bolts go, but more importantly the tensioner is completely shot. The crack has gone through both ends of the molding, and this screw is basically not going to work for that reason. So this would need to be TIG welded, or more practically you can just buy another cover on eBay. Looks like they're not that expensive. About 20 bucks should get you a good one. So the issue is I don't need a chainsaw. I don't use chainsaws. I don't cut wood. There's just no need for it where I live. So I don't even really want to spend the $20 just to replace a cover on this chainsaw that I'm not going to use and would end up selling anyway. I doubt these sell for much. I mean, yeah, it's cool, but at the end of the day, most people who want a chainsaw, they're just going to pay, you know, 50 bucks for a decent used one. We're talking about a home user here, not a professional, but for me, it's not really worth spending money to fix this thing, just because I'm just not going to use it. I have no need for a chainsaw. So now that we know that it runs at least and the engine's good, I'm probably just going to end up selling this. We'll see. I might just put it on eBay. I think first I need to see if the carb is good. I'm pretty sure it is, so I may just put some two-stroke fuel in here just to see if it'll run on that, but I think the engine on this is fine. So it doesn't really make sense for me to go forward with putting money into this, so I'll probably just sell it to somebody else who would want it more than I do. But we did save it from the landfill. It was on the side of the road, so we're giving it a second chance at life, if nothing else. So hopefully you're grateful for that, and hope this gave you some insight, and hope you enjoyed.